Pura Vida. This is episode 23 of 30 Days of Expat Living in Costa Rica, and you're going to hear a little bit of truck noise because I am right on the highway, which is a good thing for people who are trying to find the vet. As you can see, I'm right outside one of the two vets here located in Uvita, which is our little downtown of the South Pacific Costa Rica, Costa Ballena coast area. And so I'm just going to show you their shop and their kind of installations today briefly and talk a little bit about vet services. You can, there are two vets in Uvita, as I mentioned. So happily you do have access when you move here with a pet or when you adopt a pet, and there's plenty of opportunities for adopting. In fact, both vets currently have shelters, animal shelters for both dogs and cats. And there's beginning to be, I would say probably in the last, I've been here almost 3 years, definitely in the last maybe 5 years, or at least out here on the coast 2 years, there's been a big push towards castration of street animals and things like that. So a lot of that is happening. So I'm just going to walk you through, first of all, to see the kind of amenities that you can get here. This is the building, shared with Hertz. In this particular, as I mentioned, they do have a shelter. So there you can see the little guys. Hi guys. Down there, they're looking for homes. He's using the litter box. And then inside, you pretty much got everything you do in your typical, it's obviously not the same size as a PetSmart, but you've got your dog treats. You've got all kinds of options for, in this case, that's cat litter, but for cat food, dog food, there's a lot of U.S. brands here. You even have Purina dog chow. There's actually even some holistic brands, which is pretty surprising, way out here on the coast of Costa Rica. Nutrisource is really good. I believe it's locally made. No, it's not. But anyway. So yeah, you can see there's all kinds of options. Even Pura Vita, which is not Pura Vida, but I always get a kick out of that one. Anyway, so as you can see, it's rustic inside, but you do pretty much have all the options that you need for whatever you need for a dog or a cat or a pet, even birds. Canned cat food, toys, etc. They have all the medicines here that you'll need for heartworm or tick fever, that type thing, all kinds of supplies. So there you get, they also do farm equipment here. And then I'm going to walk downstairs with you briefly and just show you the vet office where the vet services are actually provided. This particular vet is a gentleman, younger gentleman, I'd say upper 30s, maybe early 40s. And let me just show you this. There's some hay. Don't always see that in a vet office, but anyway, this is the vet office down here, just to give you a little bit of a stay back so I don't get in the way. And that's where they can give you the prescriptions, and then you can go back and see the doctor in the back. And they actually have a little, and here's some more of the kitties that are looking for a home. Some kitties. So the services here, you can get x-rays, you can get ultrasound, you can get normal exams by the vet here, you can get your shots, pretty much anything you need. Of course, castration, as I mentioned, all those things are available by appointment, and they do castration clinics for both dogs and cats on certain weekends during the year. And those are usually quite well advertised, usually on Facebook through one of the community groups. So that's just a little bit about vet services. There is availability here. The cost of it are not necessarily. Now, one thing that's a little bit different I want to mention is that we don't have pet insurance, which is kind of the norm now for a lot of people these days in the U.S. anyway. I don't know what Europe and Canada are like, but that's something that happens that is pretty normal there, is to get pet insurance, at least for some pet owners. We don't have that in Costa Rica, at least certainly not down here on the coast. I've never heard about it or seen it advertised anywhere, so that's not really something that applies down here, but the costs generally are low enough that it's going to be a big chunk less than what you would pay for some of the same services in some places in the States, not everywhere. As an example, we adopted two cats not quite 2 years ago, and the castration for both of them was like $90. And shots and that type thing for all three shots works out to be about, I'm going to say it's 90 to 120, something like that. So anyway, that's a bit about pets and vets here in South Pacific Costa Rica. Others in the city, other expats in the city may have other advice or input as to their vet experiences and availability, and I'm sure there's a lot more where it's more populated. But for more on expat living in Costa Rica, go to lapuravidacostarica.com. And if you're interested in real estate, of course, in the South Pacific region, go to CostaRicaPacificRealEstate.com. And we'll see you soon. This is day 23. Over and out.